Hi everybody, this is Fulioff and welcome to another episode of Minecraft on the Just Vanilla server. Right, to start with today, I've got a bit of bad news. I've been doing a lot of work over the past day or so on the new trading hall and the villager breeder and whatever. And I've left Bob in the farm behind us, and I was going to sort Bob out today because I think we've got enough seeds to sort him out. However, Bob's gone. Bob despawned this afternoon, about, I don't know, several hours ago, sometime this afternoon, I can't remember what time, but it's despawned. And I've got no idea why. Shrekster's on the case, Inspector Shrekster, so hopefully he'll be able to sort something out. Also, little Lauren's gone as well. Little Lauren despawned about the same time that Little Lauren despawned about the same time as Bob despawned. Now, as I say, Shrekster's on the case. He says he thinks he knows why it's happened, but then he logged off, and I haven't seen him since. So I've got no idea. What his ideas are. But at the moment, we're Bobless and we're Little Laurenless. So, Lauren, I apologise. Little Lauren's gone AWOL. If Shrek can't get her back, I'll have to go over and get you another one, but never mind, we'll sort it out. Now, on a more positive note, I've got rid of all the villagers here. All the villagers are over there now in the new trading hall, which I'll show you in a second, and I've reverted the quad pod back to the villagers falling down the middle. This is working brilliantly. Those guys over there disappeared earlier on today. Now, by all accounts, Shrekster's told me that they killed each other. Basically, they died from cramming or from suffocation or from fall damage, none of which I thought would be able to happen. But anyway, they went, so I've had to replace them with those guys, which was easy enough. And now they're off and running and they're working brilliantly. So the hole in the middle now of the quad pod, that one there, that one goes down through the middle of the island now, down here, comes out here. Bit of a water stream. Takes him along the seabed. This is the dry dock that we built yesterday, day before yesterday. They go under there. And they pop out there in that little holding pen just there, and they get forced into the corner. They get picked up by the hopper minecart, which takes them up there. It's on a bit of a roller coaster ride, really. It takes them up there, up here, and then they fall down onto this track. I had to do it this way because it didn't happen very often, but every so often when these guys were going around, if the new villager hit an old villager that was already on the tracks, it would send him back down, which would activate the pressure plate there on the detector rail, and it would start firing out loads and loads of minecarts, and it just caused me no end of trouble. So anyway, they come up here, they go into this. Come on, let's see if we can get you moving, show everybody. Go onto this side. Now, this is going to be the bow of the ship. That's right, is it the bow, the front? The front of the ship, I'm sure it's the bow. This is going to be the bow of the ship. So I couldn't have any of the rails this side because they'd just be visible. So I've had to make them all, yoink, go around the back, which is why there's the spaghetti of, there it is. That's why there's the spaghetti of tracks over the back. So all of this is going to be free of tracks. And these guys come across, go down, go round, come up, go round. They keep going round if there's no room at the bottom. Pretty much the same as the one we built in the last series, only this one's made out of wood and it's on a ship, or it will be. Now, I'm not putting buttons down all of these because it's too easy to press a button. And if you press the button, the villager comes down here onto these tracks, down into there, and then he dies. And then the minecart will get recycled back up here. It runs into the cactus. And then gets sucked back into the chest, and in the chest I need to fill that up as well. In the chest there are mine carts, and they just keep replenishing when we get new villagers joining the party. So let's go and get rid of these nitwits, because they're no good to anybody. Recycle a few mine carts. So press the button, the nitwits go down the end, and they get recycled. Hello fella. You like recycling, everybody likes a bit of recycling. He's gone. Those are nitwits all of a sudden. Nitwit Central. Don't need you either. A couple of farmers have got half decent trades on them, so we'll keep those for the time being. Oh, another one. Now I found out the other day, and I thought it was intentional by Mojang, but looking through the bugs, and I'm sure you guys have come across it as well, entities are able to move themselves about on minecarts. They can even do it on powered rails, and I just thought it was intentional, but it turns out that it's actually a bug. But it's quite a complicated bug, which is why it's not been fixed. And it does cause me a bit of an issue sometimes, because they'll come down here and you sort of get stuck on this track there, or they'll fall down onto that track there, and then they won't move. And it's because they're fighting against the powered rails. It's not supposed to happen, although forever I thought it was, but it's not. So anyway, it's a bug. Mojang will run to it, but it's complicated, so I don't know when they're going to sort it out, if ever. What we're going to do now then is, we've got the 3 farmer villages over here sitting here doing nothing. We're going to move them over there. We're going to get them farming, because I've got enough seeds now. I've replanted the wheat farm a few times, and I've got a few seeds. So we've got enough to get these guys in. So let's get you out of there and in the boat. Nice one. Let's get you round to the farm, and we'll lob a few rails down and throw some seeds at him. This is going to look great when it's done. Can you imagine? That's going to be the back end, the captain's quarters, captain's deck, poop deck, masts. I don't think we're going to have any sails on this thing though, because it's in the harbour. You don't generally, as a rule, I mean, I'm not a sailor, but you don't as a rule have sails up when you're parked up, do you? So we won't have any sails. We'll have the rigging, but we won't have the sails, which is, in fairness, going to save me a lot of wool. Sun going down. Of course the sun's going down. I only do this kind of thing when the sun's going down. So I need to throw down some rails. Let's see if we can get it over here to start with. Put it in a place where I can just run it straight down. Straight down here. Put these few bushes. Ah. 3 powered rails going to be enough, do you think? Soon find out, won't we? Actually, if we have 2 there and have 1 here, now we're cooking. Could really do with without powering that for the time being, so I need to lob some seeds at you, don't I? You, farmer dude. Yeah, you. Oh, get in there. Oh, come on. Don't go running off. Might have to power it as well now. For you to work. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh well, you're off. You'll have to do there then. Right, so seeds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of my finest seeds, sir. Oh, we need to get you inside, don't we? But what I don't need you to do is to drop onto the rails at the bottom. Which would be a bit of a nightmare really, so... Probably going to have to dig you up. Maybe I'll dig you up as well. I really don't want you going onto the track. Go on then, get in there. Get in there, go on mate. That's it, that'll do. Don't go any further. You've got your seeds, haven't you? What's all that about? Oh, thank God for that. You're not picking up the wheat. Lovely jubbly. Have I got a hoe on me? Of course I don't have a hoe on me. Which might cause me a problem because... Oh no, it's light enough. It'll be light enough. I was just worried about that one of the corners might be just dark enough for something to spawn onto, but it's not. So it's time to sit back now and watch all the good stuff come rolling in. Look at this stuff, it's brilliant. I mean, look at all that one tour around the floor of the farm, and it's just got me loads of stuff. Oh, very happy, very happy. Right, let's get rid of some of this stuff. I'll get rid of this. Actually, no, I'll leave it there, and we'll go and get. Let's go and get the other farm. Oh, I can't because I don't have seeds. I'll leave it there for the time being, and I'll go and get the farmer later. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna work a little bit more on my ship, and then we'll have a look, see what you think. Right, I've worked a little bit more on my ship. I've spent about a day, it's a good couple of hours on it now, and if I'm being honest, I'm finding it very difficult. It's beginning to get infuriating. I just can't seem to get it the way I want it. It looks more like Thunderbird 2. I'm not happy with it. I'm going to keep working on it. However, I'll just give you a quick tour. So this is the main deck. I don't know whether I showed you this before. I've changed it slightly. I've made it longer. I think the main door, the doors to the front were here before. I've extended that out a little bit. I've made the front longer, and I've also made the back slightly bigger. That's where the captain's quarters is going to be in there. This is going to be the main bridge, I guess you'd call it, with the steering wheel here, the main masts going up, the spinnaker or whatever it's called, and the jibs, and I'm making these words up, I'm sure, as I go along. But anyway, that's going to be the easy part. The hard part at the moment is getting the outside to look like a boat. and it's beginning to annoy me. So I'm going to stop doing it for a little while. Below decks, we've got quite a decent crew in here now. Villager breeder is working like a charm, and I've flushed loads of these guys away. I mean, it's taken, well, several hours of me working on this and coming down here every hour or so to get rid of the ones that the undesirables. Ah, there you are, an undesirable. I'm not going to make the mistake either of putting a button on the front of every one of these, because it is far too easy to press it by mistake, and if you've got a decent villager there, you can flush him and you will lose him forever. So I'm not going to do that. What have you got? Power 35 for a power 5. Not bad, not bad. You might be sticking around a little bit. But you, sir, I'm afraid you're a goner. Brilliant. Villager disposal. Doesn't affect my reputation in the village. So that's all good, isn't it? Right, let's just pop down here for a second. As I say, I've expanded the dry dock because I was finding it impossible to build underwater. But even so, that's going to be the this is the bottom of the hull of the ship. That's the front, the bow. I think it's. Am I making these words up? Does that sound right? The bow's the front, isn't it? So I've got to build this around here to make it look like a ship. And it sounds easy enough, but I'm finding it difficult. So down the bottom, the villager disposal is here. The villagers go underneath here. There's water that brings a minecart under, but because they're under the solid block, they suffocate. By the time they get to here, the villager's gone. It's just a minecart. The minecart then goes up here, runs into the cactus, and disappears into the whatever it is, the chest full of minecarts. And then when the villagers come along, they come up here. They get picked up by the minecart, which takes them there. It's brilliant system. It works fantastically well. I nearly said it didn't. Surely it's hard work getting in and out of the dry dock now. So yeah, so it's coming along, but it might take a few more days. In the meantime, while I've been building this, Papa Smurf, bless him, the villager over there has been doing a half decent job. He got me a few seeds, probably got me, I don't know, 4 or 5 stacks, but I need 8 stacks to start with. And Papa Smurf's kindly come over and thrown some seeds at me, so we can now get this villager in. So we'll get this villager in. And hopefully, because the guy in there is struggling on his own, we'll get you in. Oh, and I've just given away the minecart I was going to use, haven't I? Is it getting dark? I might have enough time to go and fetch a minecart. I mean, it's looking shipish, isn't it? You want to get the back on it and put it underwater. It's a ship. At the end of the day, got that. But hey, land ahoy! Right. See if we can get you out and on here without you getting eaten. Go on, get in. Yeah, you the man. You the man. Right. Do I have any tracks on me? I don't have enough tracks on me. I'll have to do. Oh no, better not put that there just yet. Somehow I've got to get him in without the other guy getting out. This should be easy enough, shouldn't it? Oh no, seeds. Oh, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seeds. More than enough. Thank you, Smurf. Six, 7, 8. Probably one at you just in case you're greedy. How'd you like them eggs? Alright, let's see if we can get you in then. Is that my silk touch pickaxe? It is. Don't go down there. Fabulous, you've got your seeds. Off you go. That's it. You crack on, mate. Look at all this. Look at this. Utopia for you, isn't it? And I don't think I've gone on about it enough, but because the breeder doesn't allow the villagers to get, the baby villagers to get fed, all these guys have got no food in them, so they won't breed. It's brilliant. Alright, so I need to get out of here. Now we've got loads of stuff. I don't know what I'm going to start doing with them. Well, I do know what I'm going to start doing with them. I'm going to start trading them because I've got a chest and a half of carrots. I've got a chest and a half of tatties and loads of sugar cane. I mean, that's the daddy. So what I'm going to do now, I guess, is convert a lot of this sugar cane into paper. And then we'll go over there and see what these guys have got. We'll go over there and have a look at some trades. Well, I've done some trading. I've done quite a bit of trading. I've managed to get all the way down to this guy. I've not done these yet. Don't be putting signs behind you, do I, fella? Curse of binding. Yeah, you're a keeper. Sweeping age 27, maybe not. So out of all of them, I think I've got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them that have got half decent trades. This fella has got a silk touch for 9, which is okay, very good. This guy's got a mending for 10 again, good enough. This guy's got a fortune 3 for 38, which is a bit expensive. However, it's the only fortune 3 I've got. I didn't check to see if any of the others had 2 fortune 2s for less than 19. Maybe I should have done. But anyway, so he's got a fortune 3 for 38 and a looting 3 for 19. So he's not a bad villager. This guy's got an aqua affinity for 5. That's very good. This guy, lure 3 for 27. He's okay. Power 5 for 33. He's okay. This guy's got a respiration 3 for 26. Again, that's not too bad at all. But out of 32, out of 32, I can't count, out of 32 villagers, take away, I don't know, 5 that are farmers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that aren't librarians, and this guy down here, I think I've got a couple of cartographers in there as well, which I was going to keep because I think, after reading up on woodland and ocean monument maps, it might be worth having a go on one of them. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe I'll get one and see. But anyway, out of the 32 villagers, take away 5 or 6, we have got 8 that are keepers. The rest of them, I'm afraid, guys, the rest of you are off down there to Davy Jones' locker to be replaced by, hopefully, some other villagers that have got decent trades. Because, unfortunately, you ain't. So I think we've run out of time for today, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. It's been wonderful having you along as usual. If you have enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave it a like, and if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Fully Off in the bowels of my ship, and I'm out of here.